For centuries, people across the world have been captivated by the mysterious concept of the death touch, known in whispers as Dim Mak, the vibrating palm, or the delayed death touch. These ideas have woven themselves into the fabric of martial arts folklore, sparking imaginations and inspiring awe. It's a legend that's fueled countless kung fu movies, comic books, and wild stories told late at night. The idea of a single strike that could defeat any opponent is undeniably thrilling. But let's focus a step back to have real for a second. In 2025, we have the benefit of modern science and a deep understanding of human anatomy at our fingertips. We know now that the human body isn't some mystical puzzle box full of hidden levers and magical switches. It's a complex, but ultimately understandable biological machine. The idea of a secret death touch is compelling, and it makes for great storytelling. But in real-world situations, it's just not practical or reliable. The ancient masters weren't wizards or sorcerers. They were keen observers of the human body and its weaknesses. Through careful study, they discovered that striking certain spots could cause pain, temporary weakness, or disrupt an opponent's balance, not through magic, but through a deep understanding of biology and physiology. Over generations, they mapped the body's vulnerabilities, passing down their knowledge through trial, error, and experience. So, what happens when you strip away the myth and combine that ancient wisdom with the precision of modern science and medicine? You get a system that's focused on control, restraint, and self-protection, not on destruction or fantasy. It's about using pressure points, what we now call Kyusho Jitsu, in a practical, modern self-defense system that anyone can learn and apply. This is a rebirth of an old idea, transformed from legend and myth into a real-world tool for personal safety and empowerment. It's not about ending lives or secret assassins. It's about protecting yourself and those you care about using knowledge and skill. The real magic isn't in ancient scrolls or secret techniques. It's in understanding the body's wiring and using that knowledge intelligently, responsibly, and ethically. Welcome to the reality behind the myth. A world where knowledge is power, and the legend becomes a practical path to self-defense. Self-defense for the real world. Put aside the movie references. The 5-point palm burst heart technique is entirely fictitious. Real self-defense is chaotic and fast. You need something that works under pressure, not a secret chart. The focus shifts from destruction to de-escalation and control. It's about escaping, not winning a duel. The real power is in controlling the situation, so nobody gets seriously hurt. The objective: apply minimum force to neutralize a threat and get to safety. If someone grabs you, your goal is to make them let go, not to break their arm. Targeting a nerve on their wrist or forearm can cause sharp pain and an involuntary release. No brute strength needed. This is practical, modern pressure point application. Create a window of opportunity. The human nervous system is a great equalizer. Size doesn't matter when you know where to press. You're not overpowering muscles. You're sending a signal their brain can't ignore. It's a smarter, more scientific way to handle confrontation. Efficiency and intelligence over brute strength. That's the reality of self-defense today. So, what exactly are these pressure points? When we talk about pressure points, let's be clear. We're diving into real human anatomy, not some mystical energy flow or ancient secret. Pressure points are grounded in science, not superstition. The pressure spot is a location on one's body whereby one of the nerves passes closely to the surface, usually next to a spine or between muscles. These locations are especially sensitive because the nerves are less protected. When you apply pressure or deliver a strike to these areas, you're not just poking randomly. You're compressing a nerve, which sends a strong, unmistakable signal straight to the brain. The result? The body reacts instantly and involuntarily. You might see pain, numbness, a sudden jerk, or even momentary disorientation. These reactions are hardwired and predictable. These aren't just random spots someone made up. They're well-documented anatomical targets, studied by both medical professionals and martial artists. For example, if someone grabs your wrist, Pressing your thumb into a nerve cluster between their thumb and index finger can cause enough discomfort to make them release their grip, even if they're much stronger than you. The beauty of pressure points is that you don't need brute strength, just precise knowledge of where and how to push. Even a gentle touch in the right place can have a big effect. Some pressure points are used to disrupt an opponent's structure and balance. For instance, a quick tap to the side of the knee can make it buckle, throwing someone off balance instantly, or a push at the base of the skull can momentarily disorient, making it difficult for your opponent to react or resist. These techniques aren't about causing serious harm or delivering knockout blows. They're efficient tools for gaining control and creating opportunities to escape or restrain without injury. Consider pressure points to be the circuit breakers of the body. As soon as you flip the appropriate switch, you can stop the flow of motion or sensation. Learning to find and use these points gives you a real practical advantage in self-defense situations, regardless of your size or strength. Remember, it's not magic or movie special effects. It's simple cause and effect based on how our bodies are wired. By understanding and using the body's own wiring, you can turn an opponent's strength or aggression against them. That's the real science behind pressure points. Knowledge, precision, and the power to control a situation with just a touch. Knowing when and how to act with this knowledge comes responsibility. The law only permits reasonable and proportionate push in reaction to a threat. Excessive force can turn you from victim to aggressor. That's why modern pressure point fighting focuses on control and non-lethal options. Apply as little force as possible to eliminate the threat, then leave. If a light touch to a pressure point works, that's enough. The true martial artist trains judgment and character, not just technique. Awareness and de-escalation are your first lines of defense. If you must act, your response should be measured and ethical. Pressure points give you a ladder of options, from paying compliance to creating an exit. The goal is safety, not domination. Be a guardian, not a gladiator. Where pressure points shine, Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do breaks combat into 5 distinct ranges: kicking, hand, trapping, grappling, and ground. Each range represents a different distance and set of tactics, and understanding them is key to mastering self-defense. In the kicking range, you use your legs to keep opponents at bay. As you move closer, you enter the hand range, where punches and open hand strikes dominate. Then, things get even more interesting as you transition into trapping, grappling, and finally, pressure points can be targeted at all these ranges, but they truly shine when you're up close, when there's little room to move and every inch counts. In the kicking and hand ranges, you can aim for larger, more accessible points like the neck, ribs, or even the solar plexus. These targets can disrupt your opponent's balance or breathing, giving you a quick advantage. But the real magic of pressure points happens in the trapping and grappling ranges, where close contact gives you precise control. When someone grabs you by the wrist, arm, or clothing, their limbs become stable, exposed targets for pressure point techniques. This is your chance to turn their grip against them. A quick press or sharp strike to a nerve on the forearm, such as a radial nerve, can cause intense pain and force your opponent to let go. Similarly, targeting the bicep or tricep with a focused strike can break a strong hold and create an opening for escape. In a headlock or clinch, you gain access to sensitive points in the head, neck, and even the jawline, areas that can be exploited with minimal movement. Sometimes a small action, like pressing a nerve on the jaw or at the base of the neck, can have a big impact, causing pain or disorientation. On the ground, when space is tight and options are limited, pressure points become even more valuable. They can create the pain and distraction needed to escape a pin or submission. A well-placed pressure point attack can make your opponent loosen their grip, giving you the split second you need to break free or reverse the situation. Even if you're pinned beneath someone, you can often reach nerves behind the jaw, on the neck, or even on the legs. Turn the tables when it seems impossible. These techniques allow you to target nerves on the neck or legs, forcing your opponent to react and giving you a crucial advantage. Pressure point techniques can transform moments of panic into moments of opportunity, letting you regain control even when the odds are against you. In close quarters, pressure point are your secret weapon, subtle, effective, and often unexpected by your opponent. They work especially well when brute strength is enough, allowing a smaller or weaker person larger, stronger adversary. That's where pressure points truly shine. Use them wisely to create space, break free from holds, and regain control of the fight, no matter the situation. The architect of modern application, Sifu Claudius Chen, is a modern innovator, blending Kyusho Jitsu with Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do. He asked, what actually works? And filtered out the impractical. His system, Jeet Kune Do, fuses simplicity and efficiency with anatomical precision. He teaches real-world scenarios, shoves, grabs, headlocks, and shows how pressure points can shut down attacks. It's not about fighting, it's about safety. Anyone can learn these techniques. No need to be an athlete. Sifu Chen distills complex knowledge into simple, repeatable actions. His students gain confidence and a blueprint for self-protection. He's not just teaching moves, he's teaching empowerment. That's the modern evolution of martial arts. Bruce Lee's dream. Evolved Bruce Lee's philosophy was to absorb what is useful, discard what is useless, and add what is uniquely your own. He felt martial arts should progress rather than remain static. Mixing scientific pressure point expertise into JKD is the realization of his vision. It is about accepting Kyusho Jitsu ideals and rejecting myths while incorporating modern anatomy and ethics. Bruce Lee would have embraced this approach. He was always searching for efficiency. The next move in his art's progression will be to use the body's circuitry to eliminate dangers. JKD continues to be active by adapt to new information. It's not about preserving the past, but continuing Bruce's work. Art is an act of discovery rather than a fixed style. That's how Bruce Lee's dream lives on. Knowledge over brute force, a real difference, is power versus force. Brute force is muscle against muscle, often leading to injury. True power is knowledge. Achieving your goal with minimal effort and damage. Pressure points are the ultimate expression of knowledge over strength. A smaller person can neutralize a larger threat by knowing where to press. It's not about meeting aggression with aggression, but using precision to create control. This knowledge builds confidence and calmness. Predators look for anxious targets, not confident ones. Confidence and awareness are your first armor. Physical techniques are the last resort. Just knowing you have a plan changes your mindset. This journey is about self-discovery and empowerment. Understand your body and others scientifically. Use this knowledge wisely and ethically. The power you gain is to protect, not harm. That's true strength. Your journey starts now. Martial arts evolve by blending past wisdom with present knowledge. The death touch myth has become a practical, scientific self-defense system. The secrets are in anatomy, not ancient scrolls. Innovators like Sifu Claudius Chen carry on Bruce Lee's legacy for everyone, regardless of age or size. The nervous system is universal. So are these principles. This path values intelligence and control over aggression. It's a holistic approach to safety, building confidence from within. If this resonates, your journey is just beginning. Find a good instructor, practice the basics, and remember, the goal is to avoid fighting. The skills give you choices and confidence. Don't be intimidated by myths or tough guy images. This is the evolution of an ancient art into modern science. Your own sun rises waiting. Take the first step.